Okay, so I got a quick little video for you on parasitic drain. So the vehicle is a 1998 Volvo S70, 2.4 liter. If this will focus here, you can see what I'm working on here. And so the complaint is the over the last week, the battery has been dead. The customer hasn't been able to start his vehicle. He took matters into his own hands and got a battery. And you can see it's brand new from AAA, and they came out and put it in, and he was thinking that was a problem. And then a couple days later, still having the same problem, so he got frustrated and took it to a shop at like a little Shell gas station or a mobile one, I don't remember which one, near his house, and they put in a brand new alternator. As you can see there, there's a brand new alternator in there, and about 2-3 days later, he's having the same problem. He gets it jump started. Another day later has the same problem. So the alternator, he took it back to the place that he got the alternator put in at, and they said there's nothing wrong, and they checked their work and they said there's no issues. So the customer was just totally fed up and just pissed, and so he found me on Yelp and decided to have me take a look at it. So the first thing that I did was I hooked up my Vantage, Snap-on Vantage MT2400 into on the negative side in series to do an amperage. I wanted to measure the amperage that was the draw that he's got some sort of a parasitic drain. That's the first thing that I discovered. And anytime I get alternator battery stuff or anything that's the battery's not staying charged, I'll fully load test the battery a couple times. I'll fully charge the battery up on my battery charger, and then I'll check it to make sure it's got 12.6 volts, and then I'll do a couple load tests on it back to back, and if it holds up, then great, then I know the battery's in good condition. Then I'll go ahead and recharge it, and then I'll put the battery back in, and then I'll start looking for my amp draw. So I've got 145 milliamps of current draw through something that's staying on. The key is out of the ignition. The doors are closed. The hood doesn't have any type of a light on it, so that isn't contributing to this problem. So it's timed down. Everything should be off as far as the computer electronics goes and everything else. So everything should be ready and at rest. So what I did is I just started pulling fuses over here that were accessible under the hood, and I found this one here made the biggest difference. And my meter turned off. Okay, back to amps again. All right, so once I pulled this 50 amp fuse out, then I got to a more reasonable amount under the under 50 ohms, between 25 and 50 milliamps, And so then what I decided was, well, this doesn't have a diagram on the back side of the cover. It's missing the diagram. So I put this in and saw a whole nother row here of like 50 regular standard fuses. And then I found that this one here, from the bottom counting up to 10, this 10 amp one is 18, and 18 said it was key reminder. Anyway, so got my amp hound here, and I went right to the 10. Once I got it all set up here, I went right to the one I was testing and found that I had 130 milliamps, which is almost the same as what my Snap-on is saying here. So then I took my Snap-on, because I got long leads on it, so I took it all the way over here. And one thing I noticed is you got to just look for things, look for problems, look for anything that could be causing something to stick on. And typically every glove box has a light in it, and I've got the glove box taken apart, but it was like this, completely closed when I got it, so I didn't see an issue. And then it has a aftermarket Garmin, so I unplugged that and saw no change. So once I opened this up and I took out the cover, as you can see over there on the seat, And then, so there's a button right here that when this is working properly, because this glove box latch part in here is broken. So it's got a switch in it. So when I press the switch, I go to like really, really low. I go to like 10 milliamps. It's a very small amount of drain. And I think at one point I saw it as high as 30. So yeah, and then once I let go, it goes back to 141 again, like we were checking out, like we saw before. So I don't have a helper to show you with the amp hound, but the amp hound, it does go away. I think it goes to almost 0. So I've confirmed the problem. I found the problem. The way I'm going to fix the problem is I am just going to disconnect the light bulb in there. There's a light bulb right there, and I'm just going to disconnect it and let the customer know that he's going to need to get a new one of these here, because it doesn't, the latch part is not bent. This little piece that sticks out here, it's the little latching portion in here. I just can't think of the name of this, but yeah, it's just this portion in here that's not working right. So I'm just going to unplug the light bulb, and I've already done the work off camera, so I already know it fixed it. And then my drain went back down to, as you saw earlier, to a very, very small amount, which is normal. So just wanted to share a quick video with you. Check things out. Be a good diagnostician. Figure things out. You know, ask questions and try to you know, check the basics first. Fuses, drain. Anytime you get a battery or alternator issue, check for parasitic drain. And go that way first, because that might just be your problem. And on newer cars, there's a different procedure that you would just basically use the amp hound and not unplug anything, and then you would just go and check your fuses and then go through your circuit. Because this is an older car, I felt confident that I wouldn't have any issues, and it doesn't have as many electronics as the newer cars do. So yeah, so I found it, I fixed it, it's all good. I'm gonna pull that light bulb out, and I'm gonna let the customer know I found the problem, and he'll be very happy. He did have to spend a lot of money to get to this point, but at least now it's fixed, and he won't have to worry about doing anything to this car for quite a long time. Thanks for watching, guys. This is David with HMAR Mobile Tech here in Sacramento. See you for the next one.